Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, America, and welcome once again to Business Credit Radio. We're on blogtalkradio.com, and we're really glad you're here. Well, thank you. We have a great audience, it sounds like. We are the voice for credit and financial professionals worldwide. And to get the show started this morning, we have to start off with telling our sponsors thank you very much for promoting and backing Business Credit Radio. Could anyone use a vacation getaway? Well, that's a pretty silly question. Who wouldn't? I'm Phil Philbin, the talk show host for Business Credit Radio, here to help announce our new and exclusive Vacation Getaway Giveaway promotion for Business Credit listeners only. Recently, Business Credit Radio completed a huge milestone of over 25,000 listeners. Now it's time for everyone who made this milestone possible to be rewarded for your participation. That's right. We're providing to all of our loyal listeners all over the world at Business Credit Radio a vacation package for 3 days and 2-night hotel accommodations for 2 adults and 2 children to any of 20 U.S. destination locations. Now, to claim your vacation getaway package, here's what you got to do. Go to www.blogtalkradio.com/credit pros, P-R-O-S. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/credit pros. Then you select the show that is currently in progress, listen to a portion of the show, and keep listening for the vacation prompt of the day, which we'll announce at the beginning of each show. Then enter the chat room at that point and simply provide your email address. That's it. Within 24 hours, you'll receive a confirming return email with your instructions on how to receive your very own vacation certificate. I'm Phil Philbin for Business Credit Radio, and we appreciate your participation. We're going to keep the phone lines open for you. This segment of Business Credit Radio is brought to you by our friends at www.chiefprofitofficer.com. If you're tired of your salespeople slowing down your cash collections, not responding to your email and voicemail messages, whining and complaining about your credit and collections team, and draining profit from your bottom line, then go to www.giftfromdavy.com and claim your free chapter from Davy Dabrowski's top-selling book, From Conflict to Cooperation, the insider's guide to a strong credit and sales relationship. Once again, go to www.giftfromdavy.com to get your free chapter right now. This portion of Business Credit Radio is brought to you by ICTF, the #1 International Credit Management Association. Enroll in ICTF's Thunderbird online courses, including Essentials of International Credit and Trade Finance and Advanced International Credit and Trade Finance. Obtain your designation of Registered Global Credit Professional and Certified Global Credit Executive by registering today at www.ictfworld.org. All right, our studio audience is in rare form today. Thank you for joining us on Business Credit Radio. We got a great show scheduled for you this morning. We have, and we are honored to welcome Mr. Joel Harrison. He's a healthcare expert. Joel comes from a family of small business owners. Joel, his grandfather, father, and his 2 brothers have all owned businesses. Joel is no stranger to the daily struggles of small business owners. He is also no stranger to the heartache that a family member's lengthy battle with terminal illness can cause. These are two factors that have greatly influenced Joel's life and given him a passion for consulting with small business owners on the topics of healthcare and human resources. Joel works with small business owners every day to help design and implement employee benefit packages that serve both needs of the employer and their employees. Joel loves discovering and learning about new businesses, whether it's in the office or at the park or on a stage. Joel loves making people smile. Our time is short. Make it count. So today's discussion is near and dear to my heart. Obamacare. Obamacare. Affording the affordable. Welcome, Joel.
Thanks a lot, Phil. I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to your audience today about this important topic.
Oh, it certainly is an important topic, especially for us baby boomers. We've now gotten to the stage of either semi-retired or we're on the verge of becoming semi-retired or fully retired. So this information, I'm in a gap between the 62 to 65 range, and I really need to know what it's all about. So how has healthcare changed, and what do these changes mean for the individual American and business owners?
Well, basically, health insurance in the United States is getting better, on the bottom line. So one of the biggest important factors that has changed due to the Affordable Care Act is what we call essential health benefits. So nowadays, or at least moving forward on January 1st, 2014, every single major medical health plan is expanded to what it covers. So some of these expansions are in the areas of maternity coverage. Every single person who owns a major medical insurance plan will have maternity coverage. Another thing is all plans now have prescription benefits, and mental health and substance abuse benefits have also been added. So as we go along, we've changed insurance to make it better for the average person who holds a policy. What that has done in the long run is make it more expensive.
Whoa, okay. Hold on, Joel. You just hit something that grabbed my attention. It makes it more expensive?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's been kind of the hard part of this whole thing is the Affordable Care Act. At least on the front end here, we're about to see it has done nothing to make healthcare prices more affordable. What it has done is allow more people to have better coverage, but when you do things like, say, no individual will pay more or less than 300% of any other, you're going to bring the prices up to help pay for the more expensive people that are covered as opposed to bringing the prices down for the people that are using their insurance less.
Okay, so I'm confused. Why in the world would our elected officials decide to make such a silly a law? I guess it's a law, is it?
It 100% is a law. The current administration isn't treating it very much like a law, with just changing it on a whim as they feel. However, the bottom line with the Affordable Care Act is that the law was written by politicians. It was not written by insurance professionals. Of course, they consulted with the insurance industry, but the bottom line is the politicians wanted things to be a certain way. So it's very obvious that the law was written by lawmakers, not insurance policymakers. So we have some things here where idealistically these things are really great. However, the impact they're having in the real world is less than so.
Well, what benefit is it to me then at 62 years old, being a small business owner, looking to insure myself and my wife, for example, because that's all I have right now? How is that a benefit to me?
Well, a lot of people in your situation have pre-existing conditions. So you may not be in this group as yourself, but many people your age and many people across the board are in need of the insurance. In the past, if you have had a condition such as a recent heart attack or stroke, been diagnosed with cancer, diabetes is one, there's a lot of reasons that people get denied insurance coverage. So one of the things that we see for the less healthy and the aging population is this guaranteed insurance rate, where you're allowed to have insurance no matter what. Another thing that is really good for folks that are on the higher end of the age band as opposed to the lower end is that they're not changing insurance rates based on your health condition. So some folks that are on the higher end of the age scale are actually seeing their premiums go down because they're no longer getting a increased rate because of a condition that they may have. They're not getting a rate up on high blood pressure, or they're not getting denied coverage for a CPAP machine if they happen to have sleep apnea. So like I said, a lot of things are included. A lot more people can have the insurance. So probably the benefit for yourself or folks in your similar situation.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it is, Mr. Spock. I'm a little bit concerned, though, whether it's going to be affordable for us old geezers out here. Is it going to be more expensive? I think you already answered that question, but I really want to emphasize it.
Yeah. As far as across the board, if you had to give it a black and white yes or no answer, is healthcare more expensive in 2014 than in 2013? The answer is absolutely. It very much is. However, just because your current plan is getting more expensive doesn't mean that there might be a better way to cope with healthcare reform. My number one piece of advice for anyone who sees their rates going up or wants to, be proactive about these things is to contact a health insurance broker who can run some quotes for you and find the best situation for yourself. Example, I was just actually having a conversation with my mother a little while ago, and her plan with her current carrier looked like it was going to go from $1,058 to over $1,600 with her current carrier. However, doing some research, we did find a rate that was about $100 less per month for her just by not kind of ignoring the issue and going out and finding what the best plan is going to be.
Okay, so your recommendation is that get in touch with a healthcare professional, for example, like you, that can run the numbers for you and find what is the best options for you. What about people? And of course, that's comparing today's rates that you're paying out for your health insurance. What about the ever-increasing number of people that are just saying, oh, I can't afford insurance at all. I simply cannot afford it. What do they get now? I've heard, and of course, being here behind the microphone, I don't hear as much as I would really like to, but I have heard that with this new program, you cannot be denied health, what am I looking for? Services. If you walk into a hospital, they can't turn you away because you don't have insurance. Is that true?
That's actually not true. It's a whole new set of rules if you do not have insurance. So in 2014, the way the law looks now is if you do not have health insurance, you're actually breaking the law. The law says you have to have health insurance. So if you are to go into a hospital in 2014 without insurance for a major healthcare issue, the hospital's only responsibility is to stabilize and release you. So for example, a gunshot wound is a fair example here. I live real close to East St. Louis, so it's a pretty common example in my world. If someone were to go into the emergency room for a gunshot wound, the doctors will take care of them. They'll stop the bleeding. They'll sew them up. They'll get them ready to go. And then they'll send them home. You just get stabilized and then released. You don't get recovery time and the time to properly recover in the hospital and then get that bill that you may or may not pay. It's just stabilize and release going forward, which I think is the number one reason that people should continue to carry health insurance coverage going into the future, is that changes everything, really.
Can I have a cup of coffee?
Well, now, here's an example. That's a friend of mine. And this guy's out on the street. He lost his job. He doesn't have anywhere to go. If he gets sick or his health condition deteriorates, he's screwed. Is that true?
I don't know about screwed. I mean, if he's proactive and his income is in a certain range, he should be eligible for Medicaid. So what we see is we have from 0 to 138% of the federal poverty level. Those folks are eligible for Medicaid, which is the health insurance plan for the low-income folks. It's the one we've always had in the past. They've just made it available to more people. So then if you're above 138% of the income, you will still have to pay some for your health care, but this is where we get into the issue of the